The government has been quite frank and upfront about the cost to the Irish Exchequer here and the fact that some of this money is going to come from the COVID fund.
Yeah, which is something that they were reluctant even to say last week, because they were saying that they may have to keep some of the COVID fund aside because you never know what sort of course the pandemic is going to take. But nonetheless, it was a ready-made pot of around €4 billion that was set aside in last year's budget, and evidently now circumstances have evolved where that might be the obvious source to find some of that money. Now, Michael McGrath, on his way into Cabinet today, the Minister for Public Expenditure, did say that this year the total may not be quite that much, but again, it is very difficult to portray exactly how much it's all going to cost because we don't know how many people are ultimately going to be arriving into Ireland. He was giving an estimate of maybe around 100,000, but we know that last week the Cabinet was considering the prospect of maybe up to 200,000 people coming to this country from Ukraine. Either way, he says no matter the cost, it is something that the state simply morally has to meet nonetheless.
The costs will be high, but these are costs that we have to meet. It is the right thing to do. Much depends on the nature and the cost of the accommodation that is provided. So up to a certain level of the capacity of our system, it will be provided initially in hotels. And of course there is a certain amount of cost associated with that. But it is the case that for about 10,000 refugees, to cater for all of their needs over the course of a full year, the cost is of the order of €400 to €500 million.